Oh dear. That sounds like the ventilator's a bit off. Shame. It sent a lovely whiff of joy into the air. Terribly sorry about the telly in there. People keep stepping on the cable. Oh. We're back again. Hello there. You must be the winner of the Uncle Jack Fan Club's Get to Know Jack contest. At least I hope you are. Well, the bobbies at the front door have been very sloppy indeed. As you know, I'm Uncle Jack, and I'm always happy to meet my fans, especially if they can help me. Over on your right, you'll see the news feeding machine. That's how you feed me the news stories I'm supposed to read. To your right. Your right. You'll see 3 news stories to choose from. Do try to give me a happy one, won't you? Sometimes the writers get a little mischievous. You can only feed me news after I finish reading the preview story. The machine will light up to tell you when to send me more. Isn't technology wonderful? You'll have to wait for me to finish the story I'm reading before you send me another one. You wouldn't want me to get muddled, would you? No, of course not. Just press the send button below the news story you want and whoosh, it will magically appear on my teleprompter. Be sure to hit the send button, otherwise I won't get the news story. Oh dear, you didn't send me any news stories. Please send news, or I shall have to do magic tricks, and I don't know any. On in 5, 4, 3...
And now it's time for the Good News Hour with Uncle Jack. Hey, that's me, Jack Worthing. I'll give you all the news you need to start your afternoon with a smile. Feel free. Anytime. Well, Inspector Royston Luckenbill, oh dear, reminds the public that the alleged murderer, known as Foggy Jack, does not exist. No, he's just a fairy tale, states Inspector Luckenbill, and we all know how horrible those are. There are definitely no victims found in the street in the morning with certain organs surgically removed. No. And even if there were, what on earth were those people doing out after dark, eh? Everyone except the constables should be at home listening to Uncle Jack's bedtime stories. I'm sure that the girls in question were just running carelessly with scissors. Oh, yes, well, as we all know, one can't be too careful doing arts and crafts, can one? No. Next card, please. Now this story appears to be a bit of an improvement. Nigel Bracenose, president of the Wellington Wells Classic Society, has begun translating my Uncle Jack Show transcripts into Latin as a hobby. Isn't that marvelous? Well, this is a surprise indeed. Can you imagine your own Uncle Jack? That's me, speaking like Julius Caesar. It can be a bit of a sticky wicket, says Bracenose, as some English expressions don't have counterparts in the language of Cicero. Walter Merton, the Society's treasurer, has decided to join the fun. He's translating the show's transcripts into classical Greek. Since no one else in the village knows either Latin or Greek, this is indeed a labor of love. Gentlemen, I am both flattered and tickled. Next card. For many years, Mrs. Valerie Fothergill and Mrs. Mia Fothergill believed that they had the same last name because they were cousins. Last Thursday, however, they discovered that it is because they're married to the same man. Why, according to Constable John Constable, these days, with their happy faces on, a lot of men look quite similar. Well, that certainly was rather inventive, wasn't it, Mr. Fothergill? Mr. Fothergill has been arraigned before the municipal court on 1 count of bigamy. Well, I suppose that's 2 counts of monogamy. Well, they don't say which missus gets to keep it. But if you've also married Mr. Fothergill, please don't hesitate to write to Jack Worthing. That's me. Next card, please. Waiting. Oh my. The medieval well at the intersection of Albert Street and Tudor Lane is in for a bit of repointing. Yes, but there's no need to worry. If you've been using the well up until now, don't worry. There's no need to worry, everyone. Everything is absolutely fine. No need to worry about cholera, especially if you're boiling your water. And as proper English people, we all know that the water for tea should be piping hot. And why drink anything but tea, eh? And there's no need to worry because Jack and Jill will be able to fetch their pail of water again as soon as the, yes, as soon as that stonework is repointed. Oh, that was a bit of excitement, wasn't it? Well, I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time, yes. Our producer did a pretty swell job for a fan, don't you think, eh?
Well, wasn't that exciting? I do wish you could be here, dear viewers. Well, it looks like somebody's having a party in the visitors' gallery. There are so many happy, excited people there. So many. Perhaps somebody ought to check in and, well, make sure that they're not breaking anything. People tend to get carried away sometimes, don't they? Do you know what makes a party even better? Why, joy, of course. Yes, I bet we'd all have an even better time if somebody would just flood the visitors' gallery with joy, right? You can never be too careful. Any time now. Yes, just fire up the old ventilation system and spread the joy all around. Just like old Scrooge at Christmas. Yeah, and wouldn't we all love a nice... What's the rhythm? Nice to hear that lovely joy gas hissing through the ventilation. What a way to now know me.
Under your smile,
No one really wants that little language.
be afraid all you gotta do is run. Cause when we were young, be just a child, and we start to all we do is smile. Let's try a stranger on for a while. Something could change for a brand new start. Hide all the raindrops under your tongue. They're only tears. There's nothing to fear.
Truth is the enemy of happiness. Isn't that the decision we all made?
Oh, but you know the truth, don't you?
There's not a thing I can tell you that you don't already know. Is there?
Have you had your joy, Ollie?
People in town are getting a tad bit skinny. I think they're starving to death. And they're painting the streets in fucking rainbows. Have you not noticed?
Oh, Ollie.
Why are you all wearing those ridiculous new masks?
You should get one. They shape your face into a smile. And when you smile, you can't help being happy.
We have to tell people. They need to know the truth.
No! It's better not to know.
Wakey, wakey, everyone. And it's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells. Do what you should be doing, and you never have to worry.
Sally?
Arthur, we're practically the only two people in this entire city not stoned out of our minds on joy.
It's not a lovely day for it. It's a fucking terrible day for it.
If you force people to have the emotions you want, then you've turned them into robots made out of meat.
Where is it? Where's the blackberry?
You've gone too far this time.
People won't face facts. Not until we take their joy. And when we do that, they'll murder each other in the street.
And it's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells. The sun is up, and the weather is overcast and only slightly rainy, with occasional patches of lovely sunshine. Wakey, wakey, everyone. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning to you. Well, I hope you all had a lovely night's sleep with lovely dreams. It's shaping up to be a wonderful morning, and I think I can promise you that it's just going to get better all through the day. We all forget things from time to time, so don't forget the most important thing. Is it your tea? Is it your muesli? Is it bacon and eggs? Is it toast? Did you forget to butter your toast?
Truth is the enemy of happiness.
Hello. Welcome to today's edition of Humor Hour, the show where you tell me jokes. Well, actually, I tell the jokes, but you send them in. And the first joke comes from Mr. Prentice Gibson of Claverton Down. Mr. Gibson says, what do you call three downers at the bottom of the sea? Not enough downers. Very good. We're starting off very strong today, aren't we? This one is from Brian E. Ditton of Collier's Lane. What's the difference between a downer and a trampoline? You take off your shoes before you jump on a trampoline. How true! How very true! I mean, you don't want to damage a perfectly good trampoline, do you? Very good indeed. This is from Mrs. Jemima Hughes of Coronation Avenue. And the joke is, if you see a drowning downer, what do you throw him? I don't know, a brick, an anvil? Well, no, you can't very well throw an anvil, can you? What about a grenade? No. Who has grenades? Well, it's getting late, isn't it? And it's time for all good citizens to be getting ready to go to bed. Would you like me to read you a bedtime story? Of course you would. Well, gather round, citizens, gather round, and I'll tell you a bedtime story. Tonight's story is called Little Red Riding Hood. Once, a young woman was told by her older sister to bring a pie and some milk to their mother, who lived in the forest. The young woman was known as Little Red Riding Hood because she was not very tall, and she liked to wear a red cloak that her mother had knitted for her because it went with her red hair and her red mouth. As she was walking through the